All right, guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video and podcast. How you doing today, Afton?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing today, Sammy?
All right. So we got a quick video to make an article, and we'll get right into our thoughts afterwards. I don't want to spoil it too much, so we'll get right into the article for you guys. This is from the Best in Bulletin. I'll scroll down a little bit. Quote, Taika Waititi, the director behind the critically acclaimed films such as What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, and Jojo Rabbit, as well as commercial hits such as Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, has shared what people can expect from his long in development Star Wars movie. During a brief interview with Variety during a premiere for his next film, Next Goal Wins, which is due to release on Friday and currently sports 46% on Rotten Tomatoes, the writer-director was asked about his upcoming untitled Star Wars film. When asked if his flick would stay true to what fans have come to know and love about Star Wars movies, Waititi responded, "It will be a dramatic pause, Taika Waititi film," before adding that the film is going to piss people off as he begins to laugh. Fortunately, there's no video of the interaction, but anyone that's familiar with the writer-director and his personality knows that this was likely a joke on his part. However, as with anything Waititi says or does in recent times, I'm sure these comments are going to rub some fans the wrong way. Since the release of Thor Love and Thunder, the filmmaker has fallen out of favor with many online fans due to the divisive nature of the Marvel release. Many fans felt as if the film leaned too far into Taika territory, with the humor jacked up and becoming more silly than funny. However, despite its criticisms, Thor Love and Thunder went on to become the second most successful Thor movie at the box office, ranking at $760 million, only behind Thor Ragnarok at $865 million, which Waititi also directed and was credited for turning the Thor franchise into a major success. That's really it for the article. So you can kind of tell this is gonna piss a lot of fans off. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those fans. It's a divisive thing to say. He knows it. And yeah, it is going to piss people off. If you take the same route you took with the Thor movies, it's just not going to work in Star Wars, right? It worked with Marvel because Marvel had already had success doing that with films such as Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man. They had that comedy in it. Star Wars has never been about comedy. There's never been a comedy Star Wars, right? There's not really a place for it, right? We've seen the goofiness with the TV shows, and we see how far it can go, but it's as simple as that. It's not supposed to be funny. And this article is just making excuses for Taki's comments. To say that it's just a joke on his part. Yeah, it might be a joke, but we also know it's probably how he's going to treat this film, right? As a joke. And it's a little frustrating. I know it's not the biggest deal. This doesn't mean the movie's totally doomed, but you can't rate the quality of this movie because of the numbers, the money the box office pulled in for his other Thor movies. That's an established IP, right? It's not because of him, right? Thor Love and Thunder did do bad, right? It should have kept going up, right? It's a sequel to the previous one, Thor Ragnarok, which did do good, right? Because it was different. It departed from the previous Thor movies. Previous Thor movies are always regarded as some of the worst Marvel movies. So when it changed paths, people were interested, but then it went too far, and it just didn't work, right? And I don't think this is going in the right way for Star Wars. I mean, they've already had a lot of divisive problems with the fans, kind of splitting the fandom in half. I don't think this film is what they need. Right?
Yeah. Star Wars has never really been goofy. I mean, they've had some stuff, Sam was saying, like the new Mandalorian series. There's been some just scenes that are just sitting there like, what is this? And it's just meant to be funny. And you've never seen that in the first 6 movies, and that was never in those. And it's just a whole different turn. The amount of comedy in a show like Mandalorian doesn't even come close to like a movie like Iron Man, which has less comedy than Love and Thunder does. Like it's just taking a completely different turn on something that we've all enjoyed and loved. If you want to make a movie that's funny like that, go make a standalone movie that's funny like that. That's completely, you're right. Go make Airplane or something like that. But that's just not what Star Wars has ever been. And it's a little bit frustrating because that's not what Disney needs right now. Disney's having a lot of problems with Star Wars, splitting their fan base up right now. They've built some momentum with Ahsoka, but it's just frustrating to see that they're doing this.
I'm gonna just kind of call it out and say this film isn't gonna go into fruition. It's not in this article, but another article published today. He says he's got 4 more films that he's working on before this is the next one up, right? Which means it's probably going to be at least 2 years before this one's going to be coming up on his project list. I think Disney's going to go a different path, right? With Dave Filoni's movie in the works, which should be a hit, right? I'm going to go on a limb and say that's going to be a good movie because Dave Filoni has so far done good with Star Wars. I don't think his movie is going to, depart too far from that path, right? And then we have other shows aligning. I don't think a goofy movie in the middle of that is just going to do Star Wars any well, and I think they expect that, right? When they started this project, there was nothing going on, so they could afford to, try anything. They threw everything out the window. They're like, all right, well, let's try something. Well, they've got stuff going on now. It's just too late. I think a Taika Waititi movie just doesn't have any place right now. It never really did, but definitely not anymore. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys don't care about this, or if you guys are, you find it just as divisive as we do. I'm a person that I'm not for this. I've never really been a big fan of Taika Waititi, but I just thought I don't want him to ruin a franchise that I'm very fond of, right? But, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is nothing. We'll see. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. With that, we hope you guys did enjoy this. If you guys are listening on podcast, don't forget to hit that follow and download. And if you guys are on the YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And with that, we hope you guys did enjoy this, and we will see you guys in the next episode.